Namaste, welcome. It's so good to be here. Today we're going to be focusing all on building some strength in our core. So we'll go ahead and start in child's pose. Coming around, sitting onto the heels, taking the knees together or wide, and then walking the hands long across the mat until your forehead comes to touch. Sinking the hips down onto the heels, grounding deeper. Stretch long across the mat, allowing yourselves to lengthen through the whole entire back part of the body. Take a nice deep inhale, breathing in through the nose. And as you exhale, letting it out, either through the nose or the mouth, becoming completely empty, preparing for your next cycle of breath. On your next inhale, we're slowly going to rise on up, coming into our tabletop. So taking the hands underneath the shoulders, we'll bring the knees underneath the hips and have the toes untucked. Taking an inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and the tailbone for cow. And as you exhale, coming into cat, round the spine, bringing the chin in toward the chest. Inhale, cow, drop the belly, lift the head and the tailbone. And as you exhale, round through the spine, pull the chin into the chest. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. On your next inhale, returning back into our neutral tabletop here. We're going to go ahead and root down through the left hand, taking an inhale, reach the right hand high. As you exhale, threading the needle, take your hand through the opening and then rest your right shoulder, right ear onto the mat. Doing whatever feels good. We'll either extend the left arm out in front of us or take a half bind, wrapping it behind the small of our back. Play around with whatever your body's craving this morning and allow yourself to move there. Taking the hand, bringing it directly underneath the shoulder. Push the floor away as you inhale, rising on up, reaching towards the sky. And then exhale, plant that right hand down. Inhale, left hand to the side. As you exhale, thread the needle, taking your hand through the opening and then resting the left shoulder, left ear onto the mat. Doing the same thing we did on the last side. We'll either extend that right hand out in front of us or take a half bind, wrapping it behind the small of our back. And just play around, feel into the body. Allow yourself to make any adjustments and movements from there. Taking the right hand, bring it directly underneath the shoulder, push the ground away as you inhale, rise up toward the sky. Exhale, bring that hand back down to the mat, and then from here, step the hands or walk the hands forward, just about a handprint, and then tucking the toes, lift the hips, making our way into our downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet, reconnect with the breath, and then feeling into the body. Slowly just return back to stillness. And on your next inhale, looking in between the hands, we're going to exhale, step, hop, float, come to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift, nice, flat back. And exhale, forward fold, bowing forward, bending the knees as much as you need to create that chest to thigh compression. Then taking an inhale, dropping the hips, circle sweep the hands up overhead, returning into mountain pose. Bring the hands into heart center. Take a nice deep breath here, feeling the feet rooted beneath us. Pulling that energy up and then taking the awareness to our hands at our heart. Letting a manifestation and intention, whatever it is you're wanting to pull into your life or your practice, we'll take our awareness and our attention there. And keeping our hands at our heart, we'll take a nice deep breath. Taking all the possibilities in. As you exhale, letting anything that's no longer serving you out. Rooting down through the feet, bending at the knees. Inhale, rise up towards the sky. As you exhale, folding forward, swan dive down. And inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, plant the hands and step back into your high plank. Holding it here for a moment. Take an inhale, pushing the ground away. As you exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, come to the floor. Inhale, pushing the pelvis into the mat. We're gonna bring the heart up, dropping the shoulders back, wrapping the elbows in. So you one more inhale, pull the heart forward. And exhale, push the ground away, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Reconnect with the breath. And then coming back into stillness. We'll root on down, take an inhale, bring that right leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your knee toward your nose and step it through for a high crescent lunge. Rooting on down, we're gonna inhale, rise up toward the sky. Holding it here for just a moment. Stay grounded, stay steady, pulling that energy in and up. Take an inhale, reach toward the sky, and as you exhale, take your hands down to either side. Bring them back behind you as you hover just above that front leg. Inhale, rise back up. And exhale, bring the hands down beside you. Take them back as you hover just above that front leg. Inhale, rise it back up. And exhale, bring the hands down beside you. Hover, hold it here for a moment. And inhale, reaching back up toward the sky. Open the heart, and then take the hands down through heart center, all the way to the mat, placing them shoulder distance apart. We're gonna step it back into our high plank or our modified plank, and then take an inhale, push the ground away. As you exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, come to the floor. Inhale into your baby cobra. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Feeling into the body. Maybe noticing how one half of the body feels slightly different. And then taking an inhale, bring that left leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your knee toward your nose, stepping it through for a high crescent lunge. Rooting on down, we're gonna inhale, rise up towards the sky, lift in the hands and the heart. Holding it here for a moment, pulling the energies from the earth. Allowing it to extend out the fingertips. We'll take one more inhale, reach toward the sky. And as you exhale, bring the hands down beside you, hover it just above that front leg. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bring the hands down beside you, hovering it. Inhale, rise back up. And exhale, bring the hands down to either side. Hold it here for just a moment. And then reach back up toward the sky. Take another inhale, lift the heart, extend through the fingertips. And as you exhale, bring the hands back down, place them shoulder distance apart, stepping it back into a high plank. Hold it here, taking an inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, come to the floor. Inhale, lifting the heart forward, wrap the elbows in, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Take one more inhale, pulling the heart toward the front of the room. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Reconnect with the breath. And coming back to stillness. We'll take an inhale, look in between our hands. As you exhale, step, hop, float, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Down into the earth. Let everything go. Creating that chest to thigh compression. Slowly straighten the legs throughout the practice. Fixing the feet for a chair, we'll take them hip width distance apart or bring toes together and inch between the heels, and then sit deep into your chair. Inhale, rise up. You can always bring your hands into heart center, down beside you, or even clasp them behind your back. Play around with what's comfortable in your chair, and then lift the heart toward the sky. Exhale, sit deeper, dropping that tailbone down and back. Protect that lower spine, and then squeeze the inner thighs together. Take one more inhale, reach toward the sky. Exhale, sit deeper. See if we can bring the weight off the toes, so lifting the toes up, transferring the weight into the heels. We'll build a bigger foundation, squeezing the thighs together, dropping that tailbone down. Take another inhale, reach toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Grab onto opposite elbows. Dangle from side to side. Bend your knees. Sway. Do whatever feels good to you in your practice. Releasing the hands, inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. And exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Taking an inhale, push the ground away. As you exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Pulling the elbows in, coming into our low push-up. We're gonna inhale into baby cobra, or lift the hips up off the floor for upward facing dog. Whenever you're ready, we're gonna exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring that right leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your knee toward your nose, step it through, warrior one. Rooting on down, we're gonna inhale, rise up toward the sky. Take a nice deep breath here, grounding into the earth. And then take another inhale, reach toward the sky. Exhale, high plank, step it back, pushing the ground away. Take one more inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to open the heart, and then whenever you're ready, exhale back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, bring that left leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your knee toward your nose, step it through, warrior one. Rooting on down, we're gonna inhale, rise up toward the sky. Holding it here for a moment, grounding into the earth. Pulling the energy in and up, extending it out the fingertips. Take one more inhale, reach toward the sky. And exhale, high plank. Step it back, hold it here, taking an inhale. Push the ground away, shift the weight forward. And exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Reconnect with the breath. And then take an inhale, bring that right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee toward your nose, step it through, warrior two. Rooting on down, we're gonna inhale, cartwheel the arms open. Pulling the energy up from the earth. Stay nice and grounded, nice and rooted. Allowing it to extend out the fingertips. So feel free to check that back hand, making sure it's nice and straight. Then return the gaze of the drishti to the front hand. Knowing wherever you're looking is wherever you're going, so look ahead. Be soft, be easy. Taking an inhale, flip the grip, lean forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reaching toward the back of the room, take the length. Extending through the entire side of the body. And sitting just a little bit deeper. Grounding into that front leg. Inhale, reach toward the back of the room. And exhale, extended side angle, elbow to knee, left hand comes high. If you like, take your elbow off your knee, take your hand to a block or the floor, and shine that heart toward the sky. You drop the shoulder back and down. Take another inhale, reach toward the sky. And exhale, twist it out. Left hand comes down to the floor. Inhale, right hand comes high. Glue the back foot onto the ground, keeping it nice and rooted. So the back pinky toe edge is grounding into the floor. And then you're pulling that energy up, twisting from the core, extending through the crown of the head as you open the heart. Take one more inhale, reach toward the sky. And exhale, bring your hands back down, step it back, high plank, holding it here for a moment. Take an inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to open the heart, and exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Reconnect with the breath. And then taking an inhale, bring that left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee toward your nose, step it through, warrior two. Rooting on down, we're gonna inhale, cartwheel the arms open. Getting grounded, getting rooted. Extend the energy out the fingertips, maybe even checking that back in, seeing if it's nice and straight. Then returning the gaze or the drishti to the front hand. Being soft, being easy. Take an inhale, flip the grip, lean forward. Then exhale, reverse your warrior. Lengthening through the entire side of the body. Reach and extend through your fingertips, keeping them nice and active. And sit deeper into that front leg. Using the breath, never holding. Always be in the flow, letting things in, and letting them go. Taking one more inhale, reach toward the back of the room, and then as you exhale, extended side angle, elbow to knee, right hand comes high. If you like, take your elbow off your knee, take your hand to a block to the floor, and then shine the heart, shine the gaze toward the sky. Drop the shoulder back and down. Extend through the fingertips. Continue to breathe. Take an inhale, reach toward the sky. And as you exhale, twist it out. Right hand comes down, left hand high. Grounding the shoulder, or grounding the foot into the floor. Stay nice and rooted. Pushing the back pinky toe edge into the floor, into the mat. And then twisting from the core. Lift the heart, dropping the shoulder back and down. As you extend to the fingertips. Taking one more inhale, reach toward the sky. And as you exhale, high plank, step it back. Holding it here for a moment. Take an inhale, push the ground away. And as you exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, open heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look in between the hands. And exhale, step, hop, float. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Facing the feet for a chair, we'll take them about hip width distance or toes together, inch between the heels. And then sit deep into your chair as you inhale, rise up toward the sky. Taking the hands into heart center. We're gonna look right, twist left, right, and then take the left elbow down to the knee. Pull the left knee back, squaring off the hips. And then looking toward the side of the room, returning to your twist. You can open up the arms as you like, shining the heart, expanding it, allowing everything to open as you sit and round down, deeper into your chair. Keep breathing, staying steady. Pulling the energy in and up. Take one more inhale, reach toward the sky. As you exhale, forward fold, grab onto opposite elbows. Dangle here for a moment, just letting everything go. Releasing. Returning back to your midline. Releasing the hands, sit deep into your chair. Inhale, rise up toward the sky. Taking the hands into heart center, we're gonna look left, twist left, and take the right elbow down to the knee. Pull that right knee back in space, and then returning to your twist, you can open up your arms, shining your heart toward the side of the room. Stay nice and steady, nice and balanced. Sit just a little bit deeper. Open the heart. Using the breath, never holding, always being in the flow. Take one more inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. You can grab onto opposite elbows again. Maybe wrap your hands behind your shins if that feels good. So whatever you need to allow yourself to deepen this forward fold. Maintain that chest to thigh compression. You straighten the legs ever so slightly. Releasing the hands, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold, bending the knees. We're gonna sit all the way down onto the floor, making our way into boat pose. We'll start by taking the hands back behind us, lifting the heart, dropping the shoulders back and down, and then picking the legs on up, adding in some challenge. Now, if you like, you can stay here, or if you want, take your hands to either side, turning it up a notch. And if you want to make it even harder, you can always straighten the legs. Doing whatever feels good to you. Take an inhale. Lift the heart, sitting nice and tall. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, rise it up. And exhale, slowly lower to the floor. Inhale, rise it back up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, rise it up. Bringing the hands together. We're going to come into some Russian twist here. So going from side to side. We're just going to pretend like we're paddling out our boat. Really feeling into the core. Massaging out those organs. Allowing everything to come into tune. Using that breath. Taming that inner fire. Keep paddling. You can see the shore. Keep going. Using that core, using that breath. Go for just a couple more. And then pull it back to center. Hold it here for a moment. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, slowly lower it down. Hover here. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Inhale, rise it back up. Exhale, slowly lower it down. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Inhale, rise it back up. And exhale, slowly lower it down. Hold it, hover, shaking it. That is so good. Take another inhale. And exhale. Release to the ground. Let everything go. Hug the knees into the chest. If it feels good, you can rock from side to side. Just massage out the sacrum, massage out the low back. And then taking the legs up the wall, we're gonna have our hands into these little guns here. So we're gonna call them some peace and love guns. Taking an inhale, step nice and straight, pointing those toes. As you exhale, cross over to the right side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cross to the left. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, cross to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, cross. Inhale, center. And exhale, cross. Inhale, center. Exhale, cross it over. Inhale, come back. Exhale, cross it out. Last one. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, cross it over. Inhale, coming back to our midline. Hold it here for a moment. If you like, you can bring your hands down beside you or bring them up and over the head, adding in a little bit more challenge. And then taking an inhale, point the toes toward the sky. As you exhale, slowly lower down about a third of the way. Inhale, rise it back up. Exhale, slowly lower down about 2/3 of the way, pulling the low back into the ground. And then inhale, rise it back up. Exhale, slowly lower down, hover just above the floor here, really pushing that low back into the ground. Inhale, rise it back up. Exhale, lower down 2/3 of the way. And inhale, rise it back up. Exhale, 1/3 of the way. And inhale, rise it back up, pulling the knees into the chest. Rock and roll from side to side. Let everything go. Releasing through the body. We're coming into some eagle crunches. We're going to take the right leg over and then the left arm over. So right leg over the left arm over the right, crossing at the elbows and the wrists. We'll take an inhale, reach nice and long, pointing the fingers and the toes toward the front and the back of the mat. As you exhale, crunch it out, elbows and knees come to touch. Inhale, reach it nice and long. And exhale, crunch it out. Inhale, reach long. And exhale, crunch it out. Releasing to the ground, we'll untwist, unwind, unbind. Taking the left leg over, right arm over. We'll come into opposites here. So left leg over, right arm over. We're crossing out the elbows and the wrists. And then taking an inhale, reach nice long. Exhale, crunch it out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow and knees come to touch. Inhale, reach long. And exhale, last one. Releasing it to the ground. Let everything go. Pulling the knees back into the chest. Hold it here for just a moment. And then letting the legs go up for legs up the wall. We can either take the hands again back behind us or bring them over our head. Taking an inhale, point the toes toward the sky. Exhale, lower them down about a third of the way. Inhale, rise it back up. Exhale, lower down 2/3 of the way. Inhale, rise it back up. Exhale, lower down, hover just above the floor here, pushing the low back into the ground. Switch kick, switch, 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 switch. Keep going, hugging that low back into the floor. Then hold it here, rise it back up. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, lower 2/3 of the way. Inhale, rise it back up. And exhale, lower 1/3 of the way. And inhale, rise it back up, hugging the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Reconnecting with the breath. Feeling into the body. And whenever you're ready, slowly gonna rock and roll forward until we come back into a seated position, taking the hands in front of us. We'll make our way back into a high plank. Holding it here for just a moment. Gonna root down through the left hand and then switch the weight over. Inhale, bring the right hand high, side plank. Pushing the hips and heart open. Lifting toward the sky. Take one more inhale, reaching toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, plant that right hand, shifting the weight over. Come to our side plank on the other side. Lifting the hips, lifting the heart. Allow the gaze to follow. Pushing away from the earth. Take one more inhale, reach toward the sky. And as you exhale, high plank, hold it here. Take one more inhale, pushing the ground away. Returning everything back into your midline. And shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to open the heart. Whenever you're ready, exhale back, downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet. Reconnect with the breath. And take an inhale. Bring that right leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your knee toward your elbow. Inhale, bring it high. And exhale, bring your knee toward your opposite elbow. Holding it here for just a moment, we'll come into fallen triangle. So extending that leg out in front of us. We'll root on down through the right hand. And inhale, bring that left hand high. Lifting the hips, lifting the heart, pushing away from the earth. Take one more inhale, reaching toward the sky. And as you exhale, plant the hand on down, bend the knee in. Inhale, three-legged dog. Coming into half scorpion. You're gonna bend the knee, taking the ankle toward the glute, pointing the toe toward the head. You can stay here if you like, or if you want, flip your dog. Dropping that foot to the other side, lifting the hips, lifting the heart, shagging the gains in the hand toward the front of the room. Take one more inhale, push away from the earth. And exhale, flip it back, take an inhale. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, high crescent lunge. Rooting on down, get nice and grounded. Before we inhale, rise up toward the sky. Holding it here for a moment. Pull the energy in and up. And take one more inhale, reach toward the sky. As you exhale, bring the hands down through heart center, shifting the weight forward, coming into warrior three. Point the back toe toward the back of the room, extending through the crown of the head. Stay nice and steady, nice and balanced. Use the breath. So one more inhale, pointing that toe toward the back of the room. And as you exhale, slowly rising on up, coming back into mountain pose. Rooting on down through that left foot. We're gonna bring the right leg up. And then take the ankle just above the left knee. So flexing the right foot in toward the right knee. We're gonna come into figure 4 here. Taking the hands down into prayer, we'll take our elbows down to the knee and down to the foot. And then sit deep into our squat. Keeping a good bend into the standing leg. We'll protect all the joints. And see if we can extend through the crown of the head as we sit just a little bit deeper. If this is too much of a balance pose for you right now, you can always take your hands down to a block or bring them to the floor, wherever is comfortable. But just allow that hip to open. Using the core to help keep you steady. And coming back to the breath. Anytime your mind begins to wander off. We're slowly going to rise up from here. Take that right leg on out. Maybe wiggle and shake if you need to. Then rooting back down into the right foot. We'll lift the left leg up. Coming into standing balance here. Taking one inhale. Lifting the heart forward. And then exhale, shooting that leg back. And a warrior 3. Hold it here for just a moment. Then come back into your high crescent lunge. Getting grounded, getting rooted. We'll inhale, rise up toward the sky. And then bring the hands down through heart center. Look right, twist right. And then take the left elbow down to the knee. Coming into a twist here. Extend through the crown of the head. As you twist from the core, allowing the heart to open. If it feels good, you can open up your arms, shine up toward the side of the room. Continuing to use that breath. Everything to expand and extend whichever direction it's wanting to go. Taking an inhale, we're going to open up into warrior 2, rooting that back foot down, cartwheel the arms open. And then straightening through the front leg. We're slowly going to shift the weight forward and then make our way down into triangle. So you can stay here, allowing yourself to open up, stretch out and expand. Or if you like, bending through the knee, shift the weight forward, bringing the hand in front to the outside of the pinky toe. We'll come into half moon, taking that back leg up and off the ground, flexing the toe in toward the nose. Shining the heart open, and maybe even allowing the gaze to follow. Stay steady. See if you can stack all the bones over one another. Pulling the energy into the midline, extending it out with the fingertips, out the crown of the head, out the toes. Take one more inhale, opening the heart. And as you exhale, bending through the knee, shift the weight back, coming back to warrior 2. Hold it here for just a moment. Taking an inhale, lean forward. And as you exhale, reverse your warrior. Reaching toward the back of the room, sit deeper into that front leg. Then taking an inhale, reach toward the back of the room. As you exhale, extended side angle, elbow to knee, or bring your hand to the block or the floor. And then drop this top hand behind the small of your back, coming into a bind. So lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. Drop that shoulder back and down. If you like to complete your bind, you can take that hand underneath your thigh, finding some connection or using a strap to help close that gap. Continue. Breathe in. Bring in some more prana, some more life force energy into the body. And as you exhale, let it go. Anything that you've been holding on to, anything that's not working for you anymore, release it on out. Take one more inhale here, opening the heart as much as you can. And then as you exhale, slowly unwrap, unwind, unbind, take an inhale, reach that left hand high. As you exhale, plant that hand on down, and we're gonna step it back to our high plank. Motion the ground away, take an inhale, shift the weight forward, and exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to open the heart, and exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Reconnect with the breath. And then take an inhale, bring that left leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your knee toward your nose, step it through. Oh, I am so sorry. So we're gonna take our knee toward our elbow, holding it here, and then take an inhale, bring it high. Exhale, bring your knee toward your opposite elbow, holding it. We're gonna kick it through for a triangle. Rooting on down, lift the hips, lift the heart, shining toward the sky. Take one more breath, reaching toward the sky, and exhale, bring that hand back down, bending the knee in. We're gonna inhale, bring it up for three-legged dog. Coming to half scorpion. Bend the knee, taking the ankle toward the glute, pointing the toe toward the head. If you like, stay here, or flip your dog. Lifting the hips, lifting the heart, shining the gaze of the hand toward the front of the room. Pushing the ground away. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, spy your mat, flip it back. Inhale, bring that left leg high. Exhale, bring your knee toward your nose, step it through. High crescent lunge. And then rooting on down, we're gonna inhale, rise up. Holding here for just a moment. Reconnect with the breath, pulling the energy from the earth. Then take one more inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, bring the hands back down through heart center, shifting the weight forward. Coming into warrior three. Pointing the toe toward the back of the room. Extend through the crown of the head. Lifting the heart, dropping the shoulders back down. Take one more inhale, pointing that toe toward the back of the room. As you exhale, slowly come back into mountain pose. Maybe wiggle, shake, moving the hips if you need to. Then rooting on down to the right foot, bring the left leg up. Ankle just above the knee, flexing the toe in. We'll bend into our squat, coming into figure four here, taking the elbows, the knee or the foot, or if you like, bringing the hands to a block or the floor, doing whatever's comfortable. Staying steady, using that core, pulling everything into the midline. And if you can, sitting deeper into your squat, allowing that hip to open. Slowly rising on up, let that foot on out, maybe wiggle and shake if we need to. And rooting back on down into the left leg, bring the right leg up, coming into some standing balance, holding here for a moment. One inhale, lifting the heart forward, and as you exhale, shoot that leg back into your warrior three. Taking a couple nice deep breaths. Before we step it back, coming into our high crescent lunge. Getting grounded, getting rooted, taking an inhale, rising toward the sky. And then bringing the hands back into heart center, looking left, twisting left, take the right elbow down toward the knee. Extending through the crown of the head, push the back heel toward the back of the room. And if you like, open up your arms, shining your heart toward the side of the room. Inhale, warrior two. Ground that back foot down, cartwheel the arms open. Pulling the energy in and up. Look, straighten out through the front leg. And then lean forward just slightly before we come on down into triangle pose. So shine the heart toward the sky, allow the gaze to follow. And drop the shoulder back down. You can stay here if you like, and you did some on the left side. We'll make our way into half moon. Taking the left hand in front to the outside of the pinky toe. We'll bend through the knee, shifting the weight forward, and then flexing the back toe in toward the nose as we stack the bones over one another. Maybe even allowing the gaze to go toward the top hand. Continue to use the breath, staying steady, staying balanced. And then take an inhale, reach toward the sky. Bending through the knees, shift the weight back, coming back into warrior two, holding it here for a moment. Take an inhale, reach forward, and exhale, reverse your warrior. I think length, reaching through the side body as you sit deeper into your front leg. Then take an inhale, reach toward the back of the room. As you exhale, extended side angle, elbow to knee, right hand comes high. Maybe if you like, drop that elbow off your knee, take your hand to a block on the floor, and then shine your heart toward the sky. And then dropping that top hand, coming into a bind. We'll take it behind the small of our back, lifting the heart, the gaze, dropping the shoulder back and down. And if you like, you can complete the bind, taking your hand underneath your thigh, finding some connection there, maybe using a strap if you need to. And then coming back to the breath. Whenever your mind begins to wander, you get to think about wherever you're feeling in your body or the tension you're holding on to. Bring it back to the breath. Imagine that tension or those thoughts, the little leaves or sticks, floating along in a river or creekside. You're only going to see them for so long. Then you need to let them go, let them float on. Continue on with the journey. So whenever you're ready, taking an inhale, lift the heart as much as you can, shining it open. Then slowly releasing it on out. We'll take an inhale, reach that right hand high. As you exhale, bring the hands back down. We're going to step it back into our high plank. Holding it here for a moment. Take an inhale, push the ground away. As you exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to open the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Paddle the feet. Reconnect with the breath. And then on your next inhale, bringing that right leg high, three-legged dog. We're going to exhale for pigeon pose, taking the right knee toward the right wrist, letting the shin fall wherever comfortable. We'll flex or point the front toe, and then untuck the back toe. Taking an inhale, lift the heart, dropping the shoulders back and down, reaching through the crown of the head. And then exhale, fold forward, bowing to the earth, releasing into gravity. You can come onto your forearms, maybe extend them out in front of you. Doing whatever feels good to you in your practice. Staying there, feeling into your body. If possible, see if you can pull everything into the midline. So I know this is a resting pose, but see if you can make it just slightly active. So instead of falling out onto that right hip, pull it into your midline. Allow yourself to have a deeper space to stretch into as you breathe into the body. Slowly rising on up, sit onto your right hip, and then bring the left leg up and over, coming into half forward to the fishes. We'll root that left foot onto the other side of our right thigh, and then stay grounded through the sit bones. We'll sit up nice and tall. Bringing the left hand back behind you, take an inhale, reach the right hand high, and then bend the elbow onto the outer edge of the knee. Again, reaching through the crown of the head, take an inhale, sit nice and tall, and then exhale, twist over, looking toward the back of the room, not pushing yourself deeper than you can go, not losing that length through the spine. Continue to use that mantra of inhale, sitting tall, lengthening, and exhale, twisting deeper. Take another inhale, reach to the crown of the head, sitting as tall as you can. And as you exhale, slowly untwist, taking your left leg back behind you. We'll plant the hands, tuck the back toe, and then take the right foot back to meet the left. Pedaling the feet. Notice how your body might feel a little different on one side versus the other. No judging, no shame, none of that here. Just take note of how you feel, and then learn to make adjustments from there. So taking an inhale, bring that left leg high. And as you exhale, bring your knee toward your left wrist, letting the shin fall wherever comfortable. Flex or point the front toe as you untuck the back toe. Taking an inhale, lift the heart, drop the shoulders back down. Reaching through the crown of the head. Take length. And as you exhale, fold over your front leg. Releasing into the ground, doing whatever you did on the last side. So either coming onto your forearms, extending the hands out in front of you. Allowing yourself to be balanced, be equal. Everything into the midline. Not falling all onto that left hip. I know it's tempting to want to get it to touch the ground, but lifting it on up, pulling it into the midline, will give you more space to stretch into. Slowly rising on up, we're going to sit onto that left leg and then bring the right leg up and over, coming into our half Lord of the Fishes. Get nice and grounded through the sit bones. And then bring the right hand back behind us. We'll take an inhale, bring the left hand high. As you exhale, bending the elbow toward the knee, we'll sit up nice and tall, reaching through the crown of the head. Coming into our mantra here, taking an inhale, lengthening. And as you exhale, twist over your shoulder, looking toward the back of the room. Keep breathing, always being in the flow. Just remember, every thought, every feeling, you can let that go. Letting it just go down the river and off into nothingness. Taking one more inhale, sit nice and tall, reaching through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, slowly untwisting, coming back to the top of your mat. We're going to extend both legs out long, coming into a seated forward fold here. Get nice and grounded, nice and rooted. And then inhale, reach up toward the sky. Before we exhale, fold forward over the legs. See if we can maintain that flat back as much as possible. So if you need to, bend the knees in. Allow the chest and thighs to touch as you pull the heart forward. Now this could be enough for you. Some days it's enough for me. But again, over time and throughout your practice, you can straighten out the legs, deepening the stretch. Not losing that flat back. Not losing that integrity here. Just to fold over the legs. Slowly rising on up, we'll bend the knees in, rolling onto our backs, hugging the knees into the chest, giving them a nice squeeze. And extending the left leg out long, we'll pull the right knee in. Then make our way into a twist, grabbing onto the knee with the left hand, extending the right arm out to the side, twisting over the left side of the body. We keep the shoulders glued onto the floor and look toward the right hand. Slowly untwisting, pulling the knees back into the chest. We're going to extend the right leg out long, then twist it over by taking the left arm out to the side, crossing the leg over to the right side of the body. Keep the shoulders onto the floor and allow the gaze to drop to the left hand. Slowly untwisting, pull the knees back into the chest, rolling into a tight little ball, allow the knees and the nose to touch. Do one more inhale. We'll exhale, let it go, releasing the legs long, letting the toes fall wide. Palms can come to either side, placed up or down, or maybe bringing them to the belly or the heart. Doing whatever feels good to you and your practice. Just allowing this time for you to come back to the breath, come back to the body, feeling in to whatever you need to, allowing yourself to listen to your intuition. Thank you so much for joining me in practice today. It's always a pleasure to be here and facilitate, guide your practice. I hope you're able to go out into the world, spread some of this love, spread some of this light. Let it come around to fill up your cup. Have it be an ever flow of sharing positive energy. I want you to feel more than welcome, more than comfortable to stay here as long as you need to. Give yourself enough time to rest and recover from this practice. The light in me honors the light in you because it is the same light that resides in each and every one of us. With this knowledge, with this wisdom, we are all one and we are all the same. Namaste.